Hey everybody, Jonathan Lance from the bench, mornings on ESPN 97.5. Let's talk a little Rockets basketball. How about this one, Lance? The staff at the Ringer voted Daryl Morey the number 2 executive in the NBA. Now, Daryl has not won a conference championship in 13 years as GM. He maintains this type of reputation without really success at the highest level. How does this happen?
Well, I mean, I think like most of us in Houston, there's a healthy respect for Daryl Morey. There's a healthy respect for what he does to not only put a team together, but I think maybe more importantly, his ability to reshape and retool a team and then still be competitive so many times. I mean, he's had so many iterations of the Rockets. I don't think there's another general manager in maybe any sport who has had to, completely redo a team, even though he's had James Harden locked in now for quite some time. He still has to retool entire teams and key elements, number 2 and number 3 guys. And he still finds his way into winning records and 50-plus winning seasons and really, frankly, very competitive seasons for the most part. So I think it's that respect is the reason why, and maybe it's because the Golden State Warriors have rendered the Rockets as, the number 2 team during this time frame. Oklahoma City maybe, Houston Rockets, those are the main teams over the Daryl Morey time frame when Golden State has been, the clear number 1.
Yeah, Golden State. But I will say this: is it okay to be a really, really good team? He has kept the Rockets relevant. He has kept them in the forefront. They have been one of the better teams of top over the last decade. I want to say they have the 3rd or 4th best record in the NBA over that time span. I guess that's okay, or is it just about ringing up championships?
Well, you'd rather be in position to compete than not compete. I mean, I know what it looks like when it's not good. I can tell you that right now. And everybody has experience with that in every sport. I mean, major teams just, what it looks like when it's not good, when it's not in place. I don't think you can say that about the Rockets. Have they won a title? No, they haven't won a title. But Daryl Morey's job is to put together a competitive roster. Then a coach has to do his job and the players have to do theirs. I think Daryl, for the most part, and the people over at the Ring they're smart basketball people. I think there is a recognition outside of Houston of how good Daryl is. Tell you what, play this game, John. How quickly, if Tillman Fertitta got rid of Daryl Morey, would he get snapped up?
Yeah. Well, and don't forget the owner of the Ringer loves Daryl Morey too. I mean, from his days with the Celtics.
Clearly, yeah.
They're boys. But any great athlete or general manager or coach, or they have to at least we remember those Jazz teams with Karl Malone and John Stockton, but they got there. They won. Charles Barkley, he got there. You got to have you got to at least get to. You got to get to the championship. Well, Charles Barkley actually didn't get to an NBA Finals.
With Phoenix.
With Phoenix. So you actually have to get Dan Marino. He got there. This Rockets team has never even gotten there. He's to be number 2. I don't know. I know that Bill loves him. But you can't you got to do more than they've done for him to be considered great.
Well, I would point out, first of all, it's not just Bill Simmons. I mean, there's an entire basketball category of guys over there at the Ringer. And then number 2, ask yourself this. That's the same. So we're putting that same issue on 3 different people, right? Mike D'Antoni gets that. He's never done that. James Harden gets that. And Daryl Morey. At some point, I think you got to fine tune it where maybe it's more on one of those guys or even 2 of those guys as opposed to necessarily all 3. It might be enough to go around for all 3, but they better get it in this year against LeBron or Kawhi, which is unlikely because Golden State's going to get a top pick next year.
I love Daryl, and I do. I'd hate to see Tillman get rid of him, but the fact that he's that highly considered when, in fact, he has even said it himself, he has not done enough to get James a championship. I think that says it all.